How did you try to commit suicide?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. I was in my car in the summer of 2016 and I was on the highway, and at the bottom of about a 5-mile strip there's a massive bridge that crosses the motorway, and I got the car up to 190 miles an hour. I was heading towards that bridge. I could feel myself shaking and I was all nervous and didn't know what to do. I was frightened and I was so afraid, and I didn't care what no one was thinking. I didn't care about hurting my family, my career, people who friends, anybody. I didn't care. I didn't care about nothing. I just wanted to die so bad.
What is it that makes someone at the very top of the world commit suicide?
I'd go very, very, very low at times. Very low.
You need a therapy.
I'll fight now!
I will save you.
And I'd start thinking all these crazy thoughts. I was making everybody's life a misery. Everybody who was close to me was pushing away. Nobody could talk any sense into me at all. I was going through hell. I was being tortured by demons and devils on a daily basis. I give up on life. And just as I was heading towards that bridge at 190...
Turns out that wasn't Fury's first encounter with death.
Because it was extremely traumatic.
Some doctor rung me at 3 o'clock in the morning. Goes to the hospital. He says he's being born.
I came into the world and I was 8 weeks premature and I was dying. I wasn't supposed to live.
But he was a pound in weight, and they said he probably wouldn't make it. Picked him up, put him in my hand there, look. And I'm looking at this doctor and he's looking at me. But he had a glint in his eye and he had his fist up like that. I looked at him and I said to the doctor, he's going to live.
You were named after Mike.
Named after Mike,
wow,
yes.
That shit happened.
My dad was a professional boxer in the late 80s, early 90s, heavyweight. And his hero was you.
Really?
So anyway, he looked at me, he said, what are you going to call him? After the heavyweight champion of the world, I said, Mike Tyson.
And the doctor said, no, that's not going to be a good name. He's not going to be very big, this guy.
Really?
When I was born, I only weighed 1 pound in weight. I was tiny.
Wow.
And I grew up to be 6'9" and 265 pounds.
Wow.
Crazy.
Before the boxing, Tyson was a skinny little boy.
I knew something was wrong with me my whole life. Growing up as a child, I'd feel a loneliness even when I was with other people. I come from a family where we don't show love, we don't show emotion, we don't do anything like that.
So vulnerability?
Yes.
Very quiet, shy, and as he got a little older, he put weight on, and he was always embarrassed.
I used to have anxiety all my life as well from being a little lad. I used to think like something was going to happen and I'd be all anxious, but I didn't know what that meant. I was always told that I couldn't do stuff and I'd never do anything, I'd never achieve anything, so...
When he started boxing at about 14 years old, he grew confidence around that.
Can you remember the point in your boxing career, especially when you were younger, where you thought, yeah, I'm going to be the champ?
When I first put a pair of boxing gloves on, I wanted to box. That was all I wanted to do. A burning desire to achieve greatness. And I was the first person in the gym, the last person to leave every day. But I always had a goal of becoming heavyweight champion of the world. And it always brought me back out of the darkness to achieve that goal. I come into boxing to be the heavyweight champion of the world or nothing. That was my be-all and end-all of my life. Nothing else mattered. That was it.
It's also during his teenage years that he meets his future wife.
In 2006, I just started going out with Paris. It was my first gold medal I ever won in a boxing tournament. And I come back and I give it to Paris. It's the most precious thing that I own, and you can have it.
Instantly liked him, instantly thought like, oh, you're different, you're something else. That was an engagement ring.
That was the first engagement ring I gave you, was it? Mm-hmm. She said I was going to win world titles and I was going to marry Paris and we were going to have some kids, and that was it, live happily ever after.
But Tyson was already heading full steam towards catastrophe.
I was focused on what I wanted to do. And that was beat Vladimir Klitschko. When I was 14, I was watching Vladimir as a world heavyweight champion on TV, thinking I can beat that guy. I know I can beat that guy, and I will beat that guy.
I'm big, I'm good, and I train hard, so there's nothing stopping me from going to the top. I do believe 1,000,000% I can no doubt be a world heavyweight champion. Ability-wise, I'm 5 times better than anyone in the world at the moment. Anybody, the Klitschko's anyone, they're big as me, but they're not as fast. They've got no movement, they're like wood, if you know what I mean, robotic, as it said.
Tyson Fury! Oh, that's a good right hand. Tyson is putting a lot into these big punches from Fury. It's been stopped. Tyson Fury has won for a second time.
Tyson Fury is the best prospect in world boxing.
I'm here to send shockwaves around the world, and I think I've done that tonight.
He's going to be a phenomenon in the heavyweight division.
No matter what I've ever done in my life, or what I've achieved, where I've been, I've always felt deflated after a good achievement. Not once have I ever enjoyed an achievement that I've worked hard for, ever.
Nothing I've ever done in life has made me happy. Not even one thing.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Some people work hard for stuff and they get there and they enjoy it. I don't know what that feels like.
I must be looking for a feeling that's not there.
Because I'm always looking to do something more. That's never enough for me.
This motherfucker is going to sleep.
And when they said, right, you're going to fight Klitschko for the World Championship, I had a lot of bad traumas happen on the build-up to that.
My uncle Huey, who had coached me in the early part of my career, died in October 2014 after a freak accident. He lay in a coma for 11 weeks after the accident. I found myself not only visiting him in the hospital, but also having to rush my wife Paris to the same hospital. Paris was around 6 months pregnant, and we had received the heartbreaking news that the baby had died. Because the little one was so developed, Paris had to go into the hospital to have the baby delivered. I would be taking him home to bury him. I put him in this little wooden box that I had for a watch, took him up to my dad's house, and found a nice spot in the garden and buried him there. The tears were streaming down my face as we said a few prayers, and I laid down a stone to mark his burial place. It was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do.
I lost like uncles who were close trainers and lost children at birth and stuff like that. But I put it all to the back of my mind. I didn't want to think about it because I didn't have time. I was too focused on achieving my goals. Nothing was ever going to stop me from beating Vladimir Klitschko. I look back on it now and I was very ill going into that fight. I wasn't well-minded.
You call Batman. Had a call from Gotham City. I'm here.
After all watching and observing the behavior of Tyson Fury during different fights, his mimic, singing.
This is the calm before the storm. The calm before the Klitschko fight. Is this face not bothered?
There's certainly bipolarity.
Definitely on your side now.
That's my diagnosis.
We're going there.
There is psychological issue because the misbehavior cannot control himself. That's a bipolarity in changing the mind. It's a serious issue that a lot of people unfortunately have in our society. And there's a lot of doctors that can give you good prescription and it's gonna help. Certain medicine. In this case, it's going to be boxing match.
A clown again! Call me a clown! Fool! Sit down.
Clown.
You never fought a king before. You're looking at one ear past me.
You need a therapy.
I'll fight now!
I will save you.
I was almost afraid to win because I knew for a fact I didn't have a goal anymore after that.
Hey, nice old man. Your time has come. Klitschko, are you ready to lose?
Here he is, Tyson Fury! Heavyweight champion of the world, Dr. Steelhammer, Vladimir Klitschko!
Unanimous decision from the United Kingdom, the new unified heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson Fury.
28. November 2000
Historisches passiert. Wladimir Klitschko verliert.
And Tyson Fury is the new heavyweight champion of the world. Congratulations.
And when I finally beat him, it was like climbing my Everest. I didn't have anything more to prove. I thought to myself, is that it? What now? For 5 minutes I was happy. And I knew it was going to be disaster. 7 billion people in the world, and I was the man who became world heavyweight champion at that time. But it didn't mean anything. It didn't mean as much as these slippers on my feet today. Nothing. I was lost. I was almost like I didn't have anything more to do in my life.
When we are in pursuit of something, there is a release of dopamine in our brain. That makes us feel motivated, and in general, it makes us feel good. But very shortly thereafter, there is a tilt of the pleasure-pain balance in the brain.
Every high, there's got to be an even high, a lower low. I believe every achievement that I do in life, there's got to be an almost certainty lower low.
And we don't experience this as physical pain, at least not at first. We experience it as craving for more of the thing that brought us pleasure.
I tried golfing, I tried clay pigeon shooting, I tried 4x4ing, I tried going to strip clubs, bars, restaurants, everything. And I'm thinking, why am I feeling like this? I don't have no reason to feel like it.
It was like a delayed reaction catching up. The loss of my uncle Huey, the pain of burying my little one. I hadn't fully mourned either of those losses, but now they came rising to the surface like the lava in a volcano, spilling out and sending me deeper and deeper into a mental place from which I felt I would never recover.
Then the depression kicks in.
Oftentimes, people with depression will feel very guilty about things they have done in the past, or they'll just generally feel badly about themselves.
I looked in the mirror and I was embarrassed, ashamed.
This is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. There you go. Does that look like a fighter's body? Clearly not. Do I give a fuck? No. Have a look. Fat man. That's who beat you. Shame on you, my friend. Shame on me.
I looked at myself and I thought, you're a failure.
I don't take boxing seriously, as you can tell. I don't care about boxing.
Sometimes even delusional thinking.
I used to sleep with a light on because I couldn't be in the dark alone.
Oftentimes they can't get the energy to even get up and take a bath or a shower. They have no motivation to do it.
Zero motivation to have a shave, zero to brush your teeth, even have a shower, nothing.
So just because people are exhausted and lethargic and they don't enjoy things doesn't necessarily mean that there's an absence of anxiety.
I had an anxiety attack and I thought I was having a heart attack, I thought I was dying.
This is really the place that many people find themselves, and it's a pit that they just don't know how to climb out of.
And it just went from bad to worse.
Hi guys, as you already know, the revenge against Fury is cancelled due to whatever issue this time Fury has.
You kind of went off the rails.
And the only thing I could think of to make it better go away for a bit was getting drunk. My weight wasn't put on through being a normal person eating normally. My weight was put on through excessive drinking of lager. I put on 147 pounds. There's like 500 calories in 1 pint of beer.
I read that was it 20 pints a day?
Yeah. I've drunk 18, 19 pints. Followed by whiskey, vodka, everything else. Then I'd stop off on the way home and have pizzas, kebabs, chocolates. I'd never took a drug in my life ever.
You had never done drugs before the Klitschko fight?
No, nothing.
What were the drugs of choice once you won the title?
Cocaine was the usual one, and that was it really. Cocaine and alcohol. Alcohol and drugs. If you're suffering with mental health problems, it makes it go away for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But when you wake up the next day,
Like
it
an
crashes
avalanche.
down even more. If you put your body through torture, you can't expect to feel great.
The alcohol and the drugs exacerbate any sort of bad state that you have because you're going to feel like shit.
I was out all night partying with women of the night and not coming home, and sometimes didn't come home for 3 days. I'd go to the shop and end up in New York from Morecambe.
What was you like at home with your wife at that time?
Terrible, non-existent. I'd go out for days on end drinking.
I'll see you later.
So where are you going, Tyson?
Get your bottle of rosé wine.
So why is it see you later? You must be going to the pub.
No, welcome to my crib.
She'd be ringing me, I'd switch my phone off and they'd be thinking, right, he's killed himself now. He's gone. And they'd be phoning around everywhere.
Every night, every day, I'll call you, you're mailing it, and you couldn't be on time. You would be stood like a dosser outside.
Looking for me. Have you seen Tyson? I can't get hold of him for 2 days, and I think he's killed himself. Because I was always like, yeah, this is the day I'm going to kill myself. And he was in a bad way.
And he was in a worse way than what we thought he was, because we didn't know what was going on.
Some families, it's untalkable. My family being one of them.
If you asked him, he never got any sympathy from us. We'd say, you're a fool, you're seeking attention, you're a clown.
Everybody gave up on me. My full family thought I was definitely going to die and I was going to kill myself.
It's all right, it's all right, it's all right.
I just wanted my son back. I didn't care about fame, boxing. With his head all over the place, I thought, can I face that? Am I strong enough to face it? And I didn't think I was. So, excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't want to upset you.
How do you feel about that now, the fact that you didn't give him any sympathy at the time?
I wouldn't give him no sympathy now. You know, it's just where we are.
I was a shadow of my former glory. I am the Gypsy King, and I am the king of the heavyweight division. Ain't no contest, simply the best. I'm still unbeaten, I'm still young, I'm still good looking, I may be a bit chubby, but some chicks dig that, don't you? And I really believed that I was going to end up in a padded room, and it was a terrifying thought to the fact of I wasn't going to go there because I was going to kill myself before I ever made it there. And I remember a moment I was in a high performance car, a Ferrari. I was heading towards a bridge, and before I hit this bridge, I got to about maybe 500 foot from the bridge. I heard a voice say, "No, don't do this, Tyson. Think about your kids." And I pulled over. I remember I was shaking, I was crying, I was thinking, think about your family and your little boys and girls growing up with no father. And everyone saying your dad was a weak man. He wasn't a good father, he wasn't a good man, he was a useless, worthless piece of rubbish. He left us. He took the easy way out because he couldn't do anything about it. And I thought, that day, I'll never, ever, ever try or think about taking my own life ever again. And then you've got to seek medical advice to get well again. I went and got help from the leading psychiatrist and doctor in the UK. She said he is not to be trusted alone. He's an imminent death risk. That's the highest level of suicide risk that she'd ever assisted. The sooner you see the doctors, the sooner you can get well again.
Still, Tyson was fighting to climb his way out of depression.
Saw some images of you sparring last week. Are you back in the gym now, ticking over?
No.
And are we going to see you back in the ring anytime soon?
Well, let's just say Big Papa never reveals. But you never can tell, can you?
But within the span of 24 hours, two events completely changed everything.
I remember it vividly. It was 2017, Halloween night. I was a 400 pounds dressed up as a skeleton, and I go to this fancy dress party. I had one drink. I looked around me and I thought, what am I doing?
I looked around me and all I could see was like young kids.
These are all young kids compared to me. I'm 30 and I feel like I was the oldest guy in there, like 29. I was like, what am I doing here? Is this what you really want when you've got a family at home and you're depriving your kids and your wife of quality time?
And I put the beer down like that and I got out of there and it was only about 7:30. I went back home and went upstairs.
Took the skeleton suit off and I got down on my knees. And I was in a dark room on my own, praying and begging God to help me. I was begging. There was tears rolling down my face. My chest was wet with tears.
When I got up after about half an hour, it felt like it was an eternity, but it was only a few minutes.
I got up and I felt the weight of the world was lifted off my shoulders. And I called out to my wife, I said, Paris, here.
And I said to Paris, right, tomorrow I'm going to start the regain mission. I'm going to become heavyweight champion of the world again.
She said, yeah, I've heard it all before, because I'm the man who cried wolf 1,000 times. And for the first time in years, I knew I was going to make a comeback. I said, I promise you. I said, I'm going to do it. And that was regain being the best heavyweight on the planet again.
Next morning I got up, got my sweatsuit on.
And I went out for a run in my sweatsuit. I had ambitions of running 2 miles. I got about 5 minutes into the run and stopped. First morning run in a long time. Got my sweatsuit on, ready to blow the weight. While I was walking, I was flicking through on my phone on Instagram, and I saw a little video from Deontay Wilder.
Fury done too, if you ask me, I don't know.
Tyson Fury let himself down, let his family down. He can never come back.
Yeah, he talks like he's coming back, but I really don't think he's coming back now.
Shadow of his former glory, he's fat as anything, he'll never come back.
He needs help right now, man.
And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to give it you proper. You're my motivation now. I'm coming back to get you. Well, the thing is, I've made my mind up. I am definitely going to return. Guess who's back? It's that time of the morning again, when we're out on the grind. Hey, it's that time of the day again, where the Gypsy King is heading back to the gym. And every day I go out on the canal, and I do a little run in my sweatsuit. Sweating. But still, anywhere's a start. Anywhere's got to be better than nowhere. And every day I get a little bit further until I was doing 4 and 5 mile again. Right, we've just finished training. Brutal session. I need to train on a daily basis. If I don't train for 2 days, I feel totally depressed.
Just want to say I'm coming back better than I ever was before.
When you go home, I want you to think about me every night.
I give myself short-term goals and long-term goals.
A man needs goals, no matter what he's doing, even if he don't need the money or whatever, whether he's helping somebody, he needs a goal.
I wasn't boxing for history, I wasn't boxing for a belt, I wasn't boxing to become wealthy or anything else. I was boxing for my happiness. But I'm back now with a vengeance.
You've lost 7 stone. How have you done this?
Just black coffee's the key.
How long did it take you to lose all that weight?
Around about 6 months. We worked very hard, trained 3 times a day, was on a strict diet. And
no sex.
Plenty of sex. If you feel fit, you feel good.
It's almost natural to feel depressed if your body is literally depressed.
What can I say? I'm the greatest of all times. Had the one combat fight, had the other combat fight. I said to Frank, I don't need any more combat fights. Make the Wilder fight now.
He said to me, I'm going to fight Deontay Wilder. I said, you're crazy.
Tyson, I'm here, baby. I can't wait to see you, big mama.
Today, the formal announcement of the fight of the year. This could be one of the greatest comeback stories in British boxing history.
2 undefeated heavyweight champions go at it like this. This is a huge fight.
It's power, raw power versus boxing skill. 2 guys, one 6'9", one 6'7", one British, one American. It doesn't get any bigger than this. This is the biggest fight that could be made.
I think he's the most dangerous fighter in world boxing. He's a freak of nature, punches like a horse kicking. He's got a long reach. You know, he's a very, very dangerous man.
Anytime, any place, anywhere, I'll fight you in your back garden. Like I've done Klitschko, I'll beat you, you bum. You're a bum.
Let's have a little tickle, come on. Let me feel this power, the Alabama slammer. Hey, come on, get up.
Are you serious?
Let's have a little body spark. Come on, I want to feel it.
Hey, let's do it, dude.
He's back. There's only one man beating Tyson Fury. Himself. No one else.
There's only one Bronze Palmer.
Guess who's back?
Time of day, twice on a Sunday, you big dosser.
You've had to hold back things that were going in your life, very painful things.
She had been 8 weeks pregnant around the time of the fight, but on the morning of the bout...
I hope you don't mind me saying, but you had a miscarriage. Yes. And you weren't able to share that with him.
She didn't mention it to me before I went into the ring. She didn't want to upset me.
And he just tried so hard to get where he was, so I had to sort of like grin and bear it. I ended up sitting in the car alone, crying.
World Heavyweight Championship is about to begin. You can't run a better script like this in Hollywood. That's why it's here. Big right hand. Oh, that big right hand they missed. But the left took it out. What a fight! But he has to deal with the most unorthodox
split decision draw.
A split decision draw? Are you kidding me? A draw?
Listen, don't worry about it. Let's not make it. Listen, from what you've told,
I've experienced the highest highs and the lowest lows in life. I was put down this road and I had to suffer all these things so I could understand when I had things good.
Nothing I've ever done in life has made me happy. Not even one thing. Nothing.
Today, I'm happy that I'm breathing fresh air. I'm happy that I can go out and enjoy a dinner and just be normal. People say, oh, you've defeated mental health. No, I haven't. But I've learned to maintain and manage mental health.
This man 2 years ago was trying to take his own life, and now look where he's at.
It's interesting that you still admit that you still have those battles on a daily basis.
All the time, I get up and downs. It's a long, hard battle and it continues forever.
Life is still beautiful. My worst day in life is still a beautiful day.
Life is precious. And it's beautiful just to wake up in the morning and live in the moment, because that's the only thing we have in our lives are moments. Moments in time. You got to be thankful for all moments.
Exactly.
Good and bad, like Mike.
It's all there.
It's all a blessing. The only thing we truly own in this life is moments in time. I just showed the world tonight, everyone suffering with mental health, that you can come back and it can be done. Everybody out there who has the same problems that I've been suffering with, I did that for you guys. And if I can come back from where I come from, then you can do it too. So get up, get over it, and let's do it. Seek help and let's do it together as a team. I did it for you guys.
comebacks. He is now top of the pile. Tyson Fury is the heavyweight champion of the world.
Nothing can make it go away except medical advice and seeking medical help.
Did you do that? Did you go to a therapist?
Yeah, I did.